Good morning. Welcome to day 30 of the 100 Day Project. This is day 29 and the video is up. You're free to go watch. I also did another page while I wasn't on camera and I did this one. I thought I'd give you a peek at that real quick. Today, we're gonna get back to our tens here. I've decided rather than take on a big chunk to handle, I'm gonna just deal with this chunk and finish it first. What we had talked about doing was going ahead and making all the papers to go in both of these tens. I need to finish this one because I was missing 5 pages. I didn't properly count, so I still need 5 pages to fill this one. And this one needs 16, plus if you want front and back, that's 18. So we're not gonna even think about this one today. We're gonna put it to the side. That'll be for another day. Today, we're just gonna worry about finishing this one. Let me open the 10 real quick and show you what we've been working on. If you haven't been here for the previous video, which there is a couple of videos, part 1 and 2, I think, of this. This will be like a bonus, I think. I'm not sure how I'll title it, but it'll probably say bonus in there somewhere. But this is what we did, an accordion book. And I already had the accordion, so you can make your own. There's plenty of videos out there how to do it. Or if you have one of these tens from a long time ago, you can use that. But I miscounted, so I have 5 missing pages, and that's what we're gonna work on today. So I only need one of these sheets, because I've prepped all my sheets so that I could do this 10 too. And I'm gonna put all of these sheets away. This has 6 squares on it, so I'll have 1 extra, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna get started with the process, and if I can remember it all, I'm gonna try to remember it. I'm gonna finish my coffee first and we'll start putting paint down on our paper. Okay, I got my paintbrush and I got my paint, and I'm just gonna start putting down some paint just like we did in the previous video. I'm not using all the same colors, but any color I'm using is one of the colors I did use in the video because I'm not using any different colors. But we're only making 6 pages, so we don't need tons and tons of paint. And I'm probably just gonna speed through this process because we've done it before and I don't want this video to be 5 hours long. So we're just gonna get to work. I got a piece of paper to put any extra paint on to start another scrappy piece of paper like this one. I've exhausted this one because I plan on using some of this, so I don't want to keep putting paint down on top of that. And this one here I've exhausted because I love this. I don't want to do anything else to it. I would frame this. I know that's how crazy I am, but I would frame this. It is so cute to me, but probably what I'm gonna do today is cut on this piece to put it on here, probably. But anyway, I got a fresh piece of paper here to start wiping any excess paint off that I don't maybe use on here. I'm gonna make this paint go as far as we can. I do clean my brush occasionally when it needs it. And then before I wipe my brush, while it's still got some paint on, if I'm through using that color, I'll stick it in my water and then I'll bring a little bit of a watercolor effect onto the paper. It might get covered, but I might use it. You never know. It's a layer. It's there. And then I'll just take my extra sheet and I'll do this off to the side, but I'll just grab it on there and eventually you wind up with something that you can use. Or you can do this on tags. I keep tags nearby. So you could do it on index cards. That's how I did a bunch of my starter cards and starter tags. I'm trying to use up what I have though, so I haven't been making any more of those. I've been making papers though because I love the papers. You can always cut the papers up and use them. And my brush still has a little bit of a watery green color in it, so it comes through that yellow, and I love that. Just adds character to whatever I'm doing. And I'll add a little more water to my brush and bring in more watercolor over here. And that makes a pretty color. don't like this, so I will just go over it with something else. Are you waiting for it to splot out on my paper? Because I am. I keep wanting to grab right here, and the paper's up here. Okay, I'm still playing around with these pieces. I'm not happy with this one yet. This part in here doesn't do it for me. I'm not thrilled, but I'm loving this one here. This watercolory look, I love that one. I love this one too, and I'm really loving this one, and I'm getting to where I love this one even more. I may leave it because we're going to do some stenciling and paperwork, but I don't know. I haven't decided. This one I really actually like, believe it or not, but I may do more. I may bring one more color in. This one needs some work. So that's where we're at on the papers, just in case y'all were wondering. I had to stop to answer a text from my sister. My sister and I haven't talked for a couple months, and I told her I fell down the stairs. Instead of saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry," she said, "Oh, those long toes got you, huh?" It's like, thanks a lot. I can feel the compassion coming through the phone. Oh, well, you gotta laugh, right? My toes did take the brunt of it, though, I have to say. All right, I'm gonna get back to work. I think I'm happy enough with this one now. I really like that neon orange with the pink. That really looks pretty to me. I'm gonna leave this one alone because it might turn out to be kind of unique. Like the other one we did in the other video, there was one that I didn't love, but I turned out really loving it, and it became my first page. Actually, this one right here wasn't my favorite, but it turned out to be really pretty to me, and so I used it on the very front. I'm gonna take a minute to dry this. Then I think what we'll do is bring in some stencil work, and then we'll bring in some scraps, or maybe the reverse. I haven't decided on this one yet, so I'll be back as soon as this is dry. Okay, I'm gonna go into my stencil work. I've made up my mind about how to handle this. I added some more to this one too. Y'all knew I would. I just wanted to put a little more color in there. And of these, my favorite one, as I look at it, is this one. I just love that one. The pink and the greens and the blues, just so pretty. So I just put a little bit of green paint out on my plate here. And the stencils I'm using are the very same ones that I used in the previous video. Mini Flower Garden by Balzer Designs is the first one I'm going to use. And I'm just going to take this green, and I think I want it on this here. So I don't want it to stand out a lot, and I think that color will blend in pretty well. I'm going to put a little bit on my sponge here and go to town. That's what you're going to get. And I'm going to change colors and stencils, and any other stencils I use would be Balzer Design, Mini Stick Flowers, Rhonda's Fragments, which is that one called Pods Fragments, and I might use this one, Mini Vine by Dina Wakley, and I'll probably use my Mini Leaf, which is a Dina Wakley, Mini Striped Leaves. Don't think I'll use the alphabet, but if I do, it's a Dilutions. And also, I meant to tell you, it doesn't have to be neat. Sometimes I don't take time and I don't make sure that it's flat. I just pounce, and when you do that, you get smudge. But that's okay because I'm going to be putting paper down. I just want the color and a little bit of designer shape, possibly. I'm not concerned about perfection here. Okay, I'm done with the paper as far as putting the paint and stencils and things like that on it. That's just cute now to me. Looks like a bunch of little flowers. Everything looks like a flower to me though. Now, I'm going to go through my papers. I'm going to pull out ones that I think would look good on here. If I find something, I will stick it on there. Before I glue it down, I'll show it to you. I'm going to try and get the papers actually done today in this video. So let me go look for paper and I'll be right back. I was going to tell you guys one thing I didn't do that I did the last time is I brought in some like light antique white or a off-white or even a white and just made some marks on these pieces. I didn't do that on this one at this point. I might before I put down my papers, but right now I'm just going to go through my papers and find things I like. And I really like these hearts and circles, so I'm going to think about bringing this in here, but I hate to cut this. I really don't want to cut this. Hang on a second. Here's my 8x10 photo mat. It's actually 11x14, but it fits an 8x10 paper. Just pretend the paper's off of it. Wouldn't that look cute in the frame? I just think that looks so cute. Am I the only one that likes the idea of putting that in the frame? If you like the idea, tell me. I don't think I'm gonna cut this up. If you don't like the idea, don't tell me. Don't burst my bubble. Just let me live in my fantasy world. All right, I really want to use this on here, but I'm not going to. All right, let me get back to my papers and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, here's what I have in front of me. I have some papers on my sheet that I might use on the individual squares, but I have to cut them to suit me based on what I saw when I picked up the paper. And I have some paper off to the side that I might use. I might use some of these little circles here or this little pink thing. I have some medium-sized scraps right in front of me with things that I liked, but I wasn't sure I could use, so they're iffy, they're there. Then I have little ones right here and a couple little black pieces right there that I can grab if I see something that sparks my interest that goes with what I've already got down here. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna take some time. I'm going to cut out my little shapes and I'm going to start playing with the paper and trying to build a little, if you want to call it a story, you can call it a story, or just a little picture, something that I like, that looks good to me, to my eye. I'll put in fast the little bits I'm doing and then I will meet you back here. Okay, so you've seen the gist of what I'm doing. I find shapes I like, I cut them out. Like this one here, I'm thinking of cutting this little shape out, but I'm gonna do the rest of my cutting off camera because it's a long process. Go through your pieces, find your little shapes, and once I get my shapes cut, I will show you where I might put them. I was going to show you real quick. This is a piece that I've had laying around forever. It was a starter index card, and I tested some colors on it and wrote some words, and I used a piece of this in a piece I did the other day. I wanted to show you this little piece right here is something I look for. That little pink blotch looks like a little rosebud to me or something. I'm gonna cut it out the shape that it is and then I can always tweak it. I doubt I'll use it, but it is possible. Anyway, I have some pieces cut out here that I need to place. I've found this little piece here that has a little bit of white writing on it that I liked, so I thought I'd put that here. And I'm placing it where I've already got stencil lines that look like a stem to me. I may move that, but maybe not. I'm just trying to find a home for all these pieces. And this little piece I cut out, I just didn't know what to do with it. I would have to bring out the lines. I like the lines. I would probably make them really dark and then use it somewhere, but I like that piece there, so I don't want to move it, and I don't want it here. So we probably won't get to use this one. And this I keep going back to. I keep wanting to use it somewhere, but I can't find anything to do with it right now. And this I like, but I'd only use part of it, I think. Okay, so back to the drawing board. I've got to go and keep hunting, so I just wanted to share that little bit with you. something like this. I don't know. I may find a way to use this. So we'll see when I come back. Okay, I'm gonna stop right now and I'm gonna start gluing these on, because if you don't just go for it, you'll sit here all day doing the same thing. So I did find a way to use this. I cut off a little bit more of it and I stuck it on this little piece of stem here from the stencil, and I may come in and add my own stems, make my own, I don't know. It just depends on after this is glued down, but I'm gonna glue all these little pieces down that I've got, except maybe this one. I'm not sure about that one yet. And then when I come back, we'll talk about what to do next, because it won't be done and I'm not happy. And you know we work till I'm happy. But I love the way that looks, the colors up there. Okay, so I'll be back after this is glued down. Okay, I've fiddled around with this some more, and I did find a way to use this piece here, and I just added a little bit at the bottom and a little black dot and black on this one. And I always bring in little black pieces. Here they are. Just little black pieces that I did on deli paper or tissue paper. I love how that looks. I'm not quite done, but I wanted to show you where we were at, and I wanted to peel off the tape so that I could see more clearly what I might want to do. And I thought you might like to see the tape come off with me. Let's start over here and hope for the best. Okay, that takes a little bit of time because the paint tries to seal the tape to the paper. Aren't these just cute as can be? Holy cow. I just love the love. It's not bad to ooh and ah over what you've done. If you don't love what you do, why bother doing it? So love it. Think it's wonderful. Okay, think that I didn't add any black on this one. I've got it on everything else. I saved one for you guys. That looks like a little flower. Doesn't everything though? Let's do this one. I'm using matte medium to put it down. So now what I want to do is I'm going to bring in the pencil and all that kind of stuff, but I think I'm going to have to stop and do that tomorrow. So we will finish these tomorrow for part 2. I thought I'd get it done today. I tried, but it's already like almost 1 o'clock. In order to get this edited and up, I've got to stop. So I'll come back tomorrow. We'll finish these and we'll get them in our book. But I think they're going to go really well. So see you back here tomorrow morning, and I hope you have a great whatever it is. Bye-bye.